watching this video. Town Hall 18 is on its way. Let's talk about what to upgrade first as a brand new Town Hall 18. And with the Town Hall 18 update, I'm going to be doing my upgrade gemming spree. I'll have that out as soon as possible for you guys, but I wanted to get this out for you guys so you guys have an idea of what to upgrade while I'm working on that video. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, have those notifications, use code BASH because there should be some sick offers in the shop for you guys. But let's talk about all of our upgrade priorities for Town Hall 18. So let's hop right into it here, guys. We got a lot of new levels here at Town Hall 18. All of our resource buildings, some significant defenses, but we also get a lot of buildings that don't get new levels here. We don't get any new levels to our army camp, so no new housing space there. No new level for Dark Barracks, Dark Spell Factory, Workshop, Pets, all of that kind of stuff. But look at all these defenses that don't get new levels here. All right, it's pretty significant, but that means over time, we'll be getting more new levels for those buildings. But starting out, we do get some nice upgrades here, including some brand new defenses here. We get one more Wizard Tower. Let's go ahead and let's just throw that on the base right now. We're going to need that eventually. I think getting that down and getting it working up is going to be one of the easier upgrades to do. So I like to get that going pretty quick. And also, if like you're working on your other upgrades and you decide to pop a builder potion, that's only going to take you 6 minutes. So it'll be really fast. Now, as far as the other defenses, should we put those down right now or should we wait a few? Well, we'll get them down, but I think initially there's some other upgrades that need to be top priorities. For instance, these buildings right here, these are my top 5 buildings to upgrade at Town Hall 18. Our Clan Castle upgrade gives us one more spell capacity. Adding an extra spell is massive. I mean, we go from 14 spells up to 15. That's a major increase. I think getting the Clan Castle done right away is a very, very high priority. It is a long upgrade at 14 days and 28 million elixir. So if you do have a hammer or books, this is definitely a good contender for it. But please keep in mind that if you want new troop levels, you're gonna have to upgrade your laboratory. Now, when you go to Town Hall 18, you'll get that 5-day boost, but that's just 5 days. So you're going to want to get that laboratory going, and it's a 16-day upgrade. So getting these 2 buildings is really high priority for sure. The laboratory we could technically wait on because there's a lot of other high priority buildings. Obviously, the hero hall will give us those 5 new levels for our heroes. Now, the more I've played with the meteor golem, the more I'm enjoying them. I think getting the barracks and getting the meteor golem out day 1 is going to be really, really nice. I think they're going to be really strong, especially since not everyone's going to have max Town Hall 18 bases out of day 1. So it's almost, if you have a hammer, like I would almost recommend hammering the clan castle and then using like a book of building on the barracks. Or if you did the trick where you bought your hammer over a week ago and you can get a second hammer, maybe use that on the barracks as well. It's also a long upgrade. Now, keep in mind, we do need to get that laboratory done. So if you have the resources, getting all 3 of these is nice, because to get those meteor golem leveled up, you're going to have your laboratory up as well. We do get 3 levels, but getting them to max level, you will need that laboratory up. But then we also brings us to the totem spell. I think the totem spell, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for the totem spell, but I think this is like the lowest of our priorities of offensive stuff here, because we have stuff like ice blocks, we have freezes, we have overgrowths, we have other stuff that can negate damage. I don't think it's like, oh my god, we have to spend our resources to get the totem spell. I don't think it's one of those things like we gotta have this right now. Although I have been playing around with some mass meteorite golem, mass totem spell armies, and it's been working pretty nicely. But let's go ahead, let's get a couple of these upgrades going so we can see what this looks like. Let's go ahead, let's upgrade the clan castle here. We'll just gem that so we can see what that looks like. And then let's go ahead and let's get the barracks up so we can kind of just see, like, if you went this route, if you went clan castle and barracks, what it's going to look like inside your laboratory. Now, for me, it's going to just show that the meteor golems are already leveled up. Just don't worry about that. But you're going to have to level those meteor golems up at least once. But if you want to get that extra level after those 5 days wear off, you're going to need to get that laboratory up. And again, this is where we can use some of those resources. Let's go and let's just get it up. Let's use a book of building on it. There we go. And this is what your laboratory is going to look like. So if you want to get that meteor golem up to max level, which is 3, you need that. But remember, you will have that 5-day boost and you'll probably have some power potions stacked up. but this is everything that is getting new levels here in the lab. We'll talk about that in just a moment, what to upgrade in the lab, why. And I think just what we have, I think getting Meteor Golem up early is going to be really, really nice. I still think, like, if you're using Root Riders, if you're using Dragons, I still think they're going to be fine. But I think Meteor Golems are going to make an early impact. And then, of course, like I said, we can get our Spell Factory up so we can get our brand new spell unlocked. We can also get our Hero Hall unlocked here so we can just get that finished. That way we can just get those new hero levels, because you're going to want to work on those anyways, because getting heroes up is a nice high priority. That's always a big priority. But also in the laboratory, when you unlock your Spell Factory, your totem spell is going to be level 1. But at max level, at Town Hall 18 rather, you can go to level 4 for max level. So that's something to keep in mind, but you will have those, it will just start out at level 1 when you initially upgrade that. The laboratory is very, very interesting at Town Hall 18 because there's not a ton of stuff that gets new levels in here, to be honest. I'm very excited for bowlers, but I'm also cautiously optimistic. They get a significant HP and damage increase, but also, like, I think, like, super bowlers are gonna be good. But also, like, are they going to be good enough with the new levels? That's the thing. I think Meteor Golems are going to be the safe play as far as getting these bad boys up to level 3 as soon as possible. They're very beefy at 19,000 hit points, and getting 650 damage per second is nice. I know I'm going to be prioritizing these guys really, really high as far as getting them up to max level really quickly. I think healers going to max level is going to be really nice inside the laboratory. A lot of smash attacks are still going to be really good. We already see, like, Warden charges being used. Root Riders use healers. We could even see, like, some Queen charges coming back with the Town Hall weapon going away. I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out as well. If you want to destroy the max level walls, upgrading wall breakers is going to be a really nice thing. I know it's like one of those weird upgrades, but I love upgrading wall breakers personally. It's always a higher priority for me so we can get the maximum value out of my wall breakers and super wall breakers. But also, we only get, 125 wall segments. So not everyone's going to have max walls out the gate, but I just like the new wall breakers, the way they look. One thing that's kind of been sleeping under the radar for me is wizards and P.E.K.K.A.s. If you use siege barracks, the new levels for these is going to increase with the siege barracks. So getting the P.E.K.K.A.s and the wizards up is going to be really nice. But also, I'm very curious on super wizard blimps if those kind of come back as well. So those are kind of things to keep in mind when upgrading inside of your laboratory. I don't think giants are overly high priority, but remember, giants inside the troop launcher, this could help them out as well. Miners with super miners, it's interesting. If you're an E-Drag player and you love E-Drags, you're gonna definitely want to get E-Drags up. I don't play E-Drags, I'm not good at them. Like, I don't know why, I just can't figure it out. I think Dragon Riders get a pretty significant bump, but it's also, do we see, like, the return of Hydra with dragons and Dragon Riders? We'll have to wait and see. Again, I think the safe bet is Meteor Golems. Throwers, throwers have always kind of been borderline. They're just a little bit too slow. As far as spells, like getting a heal spell up, I mean, sometimes it gets used with roots. It's going to be interesting to see, like, how metas develop. I do like the totem a lot. Getting the totem up, I think it's a really fun spell. I think it's going to be really nice. I think it's going to be safe to bring one totem on every attack, to be honest with you. And then poisons, obviously, you can bring max poisons in your CC. But also with us going to, like, a 4 spell CC, you might want to have your poison up so that you can bring just 2 regular spells inside your clan castle. Something to consider there. That's just kind of how I'm feeling on everything. Bat spells, I don't know that we see a return of bats. Haste spells always nice, but that's kind of like my lab priority guide here. I'm going to be focused on those meteor golems. I don't mind getting the totem spell up. I think healers, wall breakers, P.E.K.K.A.s, wizards, all that stuff that's going to kind of help us early, I think those are going to be the highest priorities. Now, after we get all of those new offensive buildings up, I think I'm going to focus on getting one of my guardians maxed out as soon as possible. Remember, you can't use the one that it's upgrading. So if you're upgrading long shot, you can't use them, but you can use smasher and vice versa. So I think getting one of them up to level 5 as soon as possible is going to be good, and then you can focus on the other one. Obviously on day 1 I'm probably going to have them both up, but it's just kind of like, you know, you got to pick or choose. As far as which one to use, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. Day 1, I like Longshot a lot. Like, his range is so massive, and he's like dealing some nasty damage, but at the same time Smasher is so beefy, and if they do take out that town hall first, Smasher can come in and just deal some nasty damage. I think if I had to pick one, I'm probably going to upgrade Longshot on day 1 to max level, and then I'll work on Smasher second. I mean, for me personally, I'll probably work on getting them both up. This is, if you're just doing one at a time, I would go long shot, get him up to 5, and then go into Smasher. And I think like after you get these buildings going, or if you don't have enough loot, going into the new defenses is going to be really, really good. Now keep in mind, the Revenge Tower is a Dark Elixir unit. So it is going to cost you a ton of Dark Elixir. Look, it almost drained our whole storage there. So getting that down is going to be nice. I like getting the defenses down as soon as possible. Getting that Revenge Tower, this thing hits hard. Even at level 1, it scales up to 750 damage when 40 buildings destroyed. It's just a nasty, nasty defense. I also really, really like these Super Wizard Towers. I think these things are so, so strong. Like chaining to 15 troops can just kill so many units, take them off the field so, so quickly. And then like you kind of get to this point where it's like, oh no, I need to use a rune. Should I have upgraded my storages? You can. But the thing with like the storages, like if you upgrade all 4 storages for 18 million and 12.5 days each, you only gain 2 million storage capacity. Sometimes you could find 2 million gold or elixir in one raid. I don't think early on it's worth like going all out. Even if you are using a bunch of runes, I don't think that it's the end of the world losing out on 2 million gold and or elixir, just because it's so accessible to find loot these days. Even with the Dark Elixir, excuse me, we only get 30,000 housing space on the Dark Elixir. I don't think it's like we can find that in like 2 raids, you know what I mean? So yes, eventually we want to get these up. I just think early on, I'm going to be focusing on all the stuff that's going to make an impact on my base. My mentality's kind of shifted in that in the past few years, where I'm more focused on getting these defenses, getting these resources, rather than storages. Storages have become a lower priority for me, and I use a lot of runes as far as day 1 goes. So let's go ahead, let's get that other Wizard Tower going down there. And then like I'm going to prioritize these other defenses. There's not a lot of defenses, but getting the multi-gear tower, the multi-arch tower, the ricochet cannons, and then obviously the air defense into the bomb tower, that's going to be really nice. And then I'm going to start working on like some of my resource buildings, my storages, my resource buildings, and then kind of traps, like as is. Traps are very expensive though, so it's not like one of those easy things, but traps I usually save towards the end. That's personally how I do it. And then obviously we have walls at 10 million a piece. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for priorities. And then after you get those new defenses down, the new Wizard Towers, I think that's a like decent point to kind of just start working on some of these new crafted defenses. It feels like the safe bet is going to be the bomb hive as far as like universally usable. I love the hero bell, but I see some people with like mixed results on, or like mixed reviews on it. It feels like the bomb hive is the safest out of these. I'm not in love with the light beam, but I've seen others that are. But I think like if you're going to prioritize any of the crafted defenses, bomb hive is the way to go. I personally like, if I can, to get one of each module kind of going at a time. You can upgrade one module of each defense at a time, so that's kind of like what I like to do with the crafted defenses. Those are my Town Hall 18 priorities. As soon as the update is done, I'm going to be working on my upgrade spree video, and I'll have that out for you guys as soon as possible. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, use code BASH. I appreciate all you guys. I'll see you on the next one.